What's going on, my friends? This is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And today, switch mics. All right. Today, we have a affiliate marketer inside of our community who is going to reveal the plan that earned him his first high ticket commission, as well as, my friends, I'm sure, other nuggets, right? Call us McDonald's because we serve up a lot of nuggets. Alex, welcome to the show, brother. What's going on?
All right. Let's see. Can hardly hear anything right now.
Oh, God. Can you hear me, brother? I can see you. I can
Dave,
hear
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. You can hear me, but I can't hear you. Of course, we love the technical difficulties.
Hey, Alex, get rid of the AirPods.
One.
Ditch the AirPods.
Off.
Yeah, ditch the AirPods. Turn the AirPods off.
Let's
You
try
better
this.
now?
Let's try this. It was just working.
You better now? You
I don't
better
know if
now?
anybody can hear me. I can hardly hear you, Dave.
Yeah. Ditch the AirPods, brother. Turn the volume up on your computer.
Doing something weird right now. It's like having you in a very like very deep tone deep tone type of thing. Might be my phone. Let's try this.
It is your phone. It is your phone. Turn your Wi-Fi off. Turn your Wi-Fi off. It is your phone.
Hey, Alex, just leave and come back.
Right.
Leave. Get out of here.
Just
come
leave
back.
and come back.
Yeah. All right.
So this is what I can do.
All right. Deal with them offline, Matt. Look, okay. Sheesh, Loleesh. Or as I say to my 5-year-old, Shershma Gersh, right? My friends, what can we say here? You know what I mean? It's like, it's so beautiful, I think, to see the behind the scenes, just the, the mess ups, the screw ups, Matt wrote a fantastic, you back, Alex?
I'm back.
My man, look at him overcoming challenges Monday morning, baby.
At all times.
No, don't do the
Don't go back. Now he's going back in the AirPods. He's going back.
Hey, we got it. It's working. It's working now.
You're back. Your AirPods are good. You sure?
AirPods are good. I am perfect.
But now, you know what? With the AirPods, now we've got a little delay on your end. So we were perfect without the AirPods, but then you went and put the AirPods back. So I would take the AirPods off. Is there any reason why you need to use the AirPods?
Only because I can hardly hear you.
Can you turn the volume up on your computer?
So I'll pull my phone. I can hear you now. Perfect. We're good.
Well, shit, man. You reminded me of an old boomer who, like how when you see like somebody who's, and I'm not trying to make fun of y'all boomers, but come on, like own y'all shit, yeah. Right? Their phone starts going off, right? Like my dad or something. Like the phone starts going off in the pocket, and man, just a little button, you can just hit the little button on the side, and the phone. Oh shoot! I'm calling.
Look at you. You're talking about yourself.
I'm calling 911. Hey, but look, what they do, right? What they do is all of a sudden be in like the middle of a meeting or the middle of a room or the DMV or something, and the phone starts ringing, and just gotta walk outside with it. Gotta walk outside with it. So, anyways, bro, listen, man, you're a young stunner. How old are you?
29, actually.
Okay, you're not that young, man. You about to hit them 30s, but you doing something right now, right?
Yep.
What led you to Legendary? What led you to, affiliate marketing?
So I've been in the affiliate marketing space for a couple of years now, doing exactly what you had mentioned, which was doing YouTube University, and not getting anywhere, but learning kind of like what affiliate marketing is in a general sense. Tried it, failed, but I didn't really get back into it until like at my full-time job, which I just came from. I was interviewing somebody to be my assistant. And
Just
literally,
now, you mean like literally just this morning?
yes, just this morning.
Okay.
Just this morning. And it was the point where I had kind of like lost control at that job, because I am part of like the executive team. However, it was to a point where it was just like one aspect of my job title itself was like taken away without my say so. So I just wanted to have something with more control over being able to say yes or no, and like nobody is saying or giving me dictation to do. So that's why I came back into it. Started again searching online, kind of like with affiliate marketing, because I like the business model itself. And then I came across Legendary, and I said, okay, let's see what happens and learn the skills. And we're here now.
All right. So nice. So how, when was that?
So that was about a little under 2 months ago.
Okay. So you were, just to be clear, you were doing affiliate marketing before 2 months ago, or you had just started 2 months ago?
Just started going all in 2 months ago.
Okay. So before that, just dabbling, dipping the old toe.
Just getting it wet. The toenail, the edge of the toenail.
Man, you killing me this morning. You killing me on them weekend vibes too, trying to get back into the week, right? And just all this comedy, man. What is that?
That's me.
What is it? You got an ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
They coming to take us, man. They're coming to take us away because they know we are out there, man. We are
Absolutely.
out there. We're bodying these nuggets this morning too. We're about to body these nuggets. We're about to blow. So they're getting the 911 team around to pick up all the debris, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 2 months ago, right after dipping the toenail, right? Not even the whole toe, just the toenail, right? And how long did you dip the toenail for?
Ooh.
Oh man.
Oof.
Some minutes, some hours, some weeks, some years, months, or years.
Some years.
Oh, damn, that toenail was soaking wet. That body was so dry, wasn't it?
You say what?
The toenail was soaking wet, but that body was so dry.
My goodness, you couldn't put me in a rain shower.
So what did that couple of year, what did that look like? I mean, I'm trying to obviously relate to those who are listening, because now over the last 2 months, you're all in, and I would assume you wish that you went all in sooner. Now you didn't find us, right? That
I didn't find
marriage, right? But what did that 2 years look like? I mean, honestly, was it that you were just jumping from thing to thing, or you never really committed, or you just were too busy with regular life and it was just kind of like a hobby? Like, what was that couple of year period where you were just dipping the toenail? What did that look like? How did that manifest in your life?
It looked like, in a general sense, now looking back at it, a bunch of excuses.
Okay.
That's what I would say. It looked like a bunch of excuses, but like in the daily lifestyle type of thing, it was more so of me trying different things, right? And not being fully committed into it. I tried like online personal training, tried like other type of online business models that were like in line with what I was already doing as a personal trainer. So was able to build a online training like business. However, the marketing aspect of it wasn't there. Right.
I got you.
And then tried drop shipping before. That took forever and a day to get the products to the customers. So I actually stopped that. And then working my job, I was like a general manager of a gym. So it was really hectic. And then there was like nothing that was able to like structure it for me. That's what it looked like. It looked like me trying to do something in an idealistic type of way, but with no structure, no one to really follow, no one to really like mentor me in the way.
Do you think that your job kept you, like the security of having income coming in? Do you think that kept you also from going all in? And then follow-up question, you still said that you have other employment, other income. If you still have that job, what changed 2 months ago?
So it was the income aspect of it. It's good having the job. However, I've always been the person to make sure that I have something to pretty much lay my head on without having to worry about. So that's why I have like personal training, online personal training as like a separate income. However, it's what was the question? I had the
Well,
answer.
you know, you got me thinking of something. For the question was just why were you always, you know, what changed 2 months ago? What did your job and having an additional income get in the way of you really committing? Because I think that a lot of people have that same. It's a gift and a curse, right? If you have a job, it's a gift because it gives you an income to be
Right.
able to pay your bills, but it also can create a cushion for you to not, you know, a complacency.
Not to want to do something more because you're comfortable.
It's kind of like, let me give you an analogy about personal training. And look, if I was out single and ready to mingle, in, if you know what I mean, let me tell you something, bro. I'd be chiseled up, you know, like just because I'm out on the market. But look, I'm married, man. My wife loves me no matter what. So, you know, I'm just crushing the dad bod, you know,
Right.
and just every day it almost seems like every day. As a matter of fact, just this morning, I'm thinking about, you know, how I can incorporate some workout into this afternoon. But there's a lot of excuses, man. I always gotta, you know, it's like I gotta work, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, because I'm married, man. Because I'm married, I'm not out. I'm not desperate for companionship. I'm not desperate. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so I feel like, with a lot of folks who come in and go to start an online business, and I've seen this like thousands of times, man, over the time I've been doing this. They got a job, man. You got a job. So there's no real kind of back against the wall pressure.
There it is. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. So I
So
would say
you
like
still
the
have a
back
job,
against the
but
wall. Reason why, like what happened those 2 months ago. I see what you're saying now.
yeah.
It was the
I mean, you
fact
found
that
us. I mean, that happened 2 months ago. You found us. So that's a thing. But I mean, still you needed some pressure. You need something else happened within you.
man, I would say what happened within me. That's a great question. Um, Man, what was going on at that time? Because I remember watching like the first initial video, and I was at my job in the sauna, like just alone, just like saying I need to be somewhere alone and just really focus in on it. Literally, I just sat there, watched sweat dripping down my body, and
Sitting there watching me butt ass naked, huh?
I was almost. Oh man, but what I just needed I needed something to have of my own. I guess I can say I needed something to have that I'm able to give to my little sister. I was thinking of my little sister at the time. Right, she's in college right now. I went to college as well, but understanding and graduated, understanding from college and where she's at, I'm thinking like, what can I give to her that's going to be more valuable than what college was to me. And that's the headspace where I was when I came across the video, watching it and like understanding like, okay, this is what I've been looking for.
What do you remember that I said in either the initial kind of sales video that sold the challenge, or in the initial videos in the challenge that was an aha moment for you?
It was the reassurance that being able to do this on a 2 hour a day basis. It was the reassurance like there's other people out here that are just like me, who are able to do this on a part-time basis. Because when I first started, I started to be a second income, like a part-time, but then it just following the steps, it became a little bit more than that. Yeah, that.
So now that you've been doing this for 2 months, we'll put up your TikTok banner. You've gone through some training. You've got trained up a little bit. you started to market. You decided you wanted to be an affiliate for basically do affiliate marketing in the make money online niche, right? And so you've got basically TikTok and Instagram that's rocking and rolling now for you. Give us some tips on what you've done that's been helpful. As a matter of fact, I checked out your TikTok just before we went live, and it looked like you were live on TikTok. So I know
I'm live right now on TikTok.
You're live right now on TikTok. What's going on, everybody?
Yep.
So, so what has been helpful? What has been, what have you discovered that's been that you've said, okay, this works. I'm going to do more of this.
It's the framework. I'm pretty sure you're very familiar. Russell Brunson, and
Never
Expert
heard of him.
Secrets. You never heard of him?
Never heard of Russell.
It's exactly what you. Wow. Okay.
I'm just joking, bro. I'm just joking. Of course I have.
I'm about to be like, wait a minute.
Right. Of course. Of course I have.
It's the framework hook story offer. I read Expert Secrets like years ago as well when I first learned about affiliate marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that you were saying, everything that I read came kind of like full circle. So then like kind of like the strategy, what I do behind it, what really works, it's finding the things, the hooks, the things that people are able to relate to say first and foremost, and then have the story, the actual value within what I'm able to provide, whether it be somebody learning to try to learn how to grow their TikTok page, whether it be them trying to learn a little bit more about online side hustles. That's what the story is about. And then the offer is just simply just saying, hey, come follow me. Come join me on my journey, join yours, start yours. And that's the type of offer there. That's what really works for me, because at the end of the day, I'm still offering and giving out that valuable information that people are coming and people are searching for. So, yeah.
Love it. So let's break that down in your kind of interpretation, because I want this to be valuable for everybody who's listening. And I think Russell's content in his training is good. I mean, it's great. He's a super smart marketer, longtime friend of mine. We recommend their software. So let's talk about the hook first, and then we'll talk about the story offer. I want to get your perspective of it, because you're somebody who that clicked for you. So let's try to interpret that and translate that for everybody listening, so they can take a few nuggets away and maybe implement this into their content. So hook, define hook. Give us some examples of hooks, and let's make it so simple that anybody can understand it if they were tuning into this for the first time today. If it's hook, story, offer, that's kind of the framework of how you're creating your TikToks. Then talk about and describe and give us some examples of first the hook.
So in the first 3 seconds, right? In the first sentence of whatever I'm talking about, I am literally saying, like, if this is you, XYZ, this is why you should listen, type of situation, right? So it just immediately grabs them, because the attention span of people up on TikTok, or just people in general, it's that of a goldfish. It's less than of a goldfish now. And so it's more of getting straight to the point of why this video is important. And that's the hook itself. It's literally to grab people's attention. So for one of my series that I have up there, it's called If I Were to Have $0, Where Would I Start? Right? Because that was the headspace that I was at one point of time. Like, if I didn't have anything to start with, what would I do? Yeah. So then that is the hook itself.
Like to start an online business. If I had $0 and I wanted to start an online business, here's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Great example. And just so everybody understands, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, but the hook is really kind of like the hook in the lip, right? Yeah. How do you get the hook? It's kind of like fishing, man. Like, I have this thing, this kind of framework called the fishing formula. And it's a little bit more in depth than hook, story, offer. I teach it in the blueprints, but when marketing is a lot like fishing, man. You have to understand who your species that you're going to target is. Like, are you going to target like bass in a pond? You need a specific kind of bait. If you bring in shrimp, they may not bite that, man, because they're not used to eating that bait. It's kind of like where over in the Asian Pacific, they may eat, raw octopus, where if somebody set a raw octopus in front of you or me, we might throw up,
that's just not it.
you know what I mean? It's just not what we're used to eating. So, yeah, you got to know your species. You got to know where they're at, like where do they, like if I want bass, like if I say, okay, I feel like bass tonight, or I want to sell bass because it's one of the most lucrative fish that I can sell. So I'm going to go catch them and sell them at a market. Like I need to first identify that species. Then I need to identify the ponds or the bodies of water that they're in. Then I need to identify the bait, right? So I can get them to bite and get that hook. And so, so the hook is really, how do I get them to bite? How do I get them to stop scrolling? And you gave some great examples, calling right out in the first 3 seconds and telling them exactly what the video is, who it's for, what it'll do for them. I saw a great video about from one of our affiliates, Ian, who talked about, here's how to make $18 an hour working for Apple from home. And he started out with an apple. He cut a little hole in it and stuck his finger up it, so he had an apple on his finger. Okay. And as he was saying, here's how to make $18 an hour from Apple from home, he had the apple on his finger, and then he threw it off his finger, like into the back of the room.
Yeah.
And so not only did he give a verbal hook, but he also gave a visual hook, right? He gave a visual hook. You'll see a lot of people who use money as visual hooks. You'll see, I could say, hey, here's, let me, if I was talking to people about flipping watches, right? I could say, here's how to afford $100,000 platinum Rolex, right? In this video, over the next 30 seconds, I'm going to show you how you can start selling watches to eventually either own the watch that you want, your dream watch, or to make money from home selling watches, right? And so what am I doing? Not only and that was a long-winded hook, but my point is I'm also using the visual cue of holding something up, right? Or doing something that's both, I'm obviously verbally engaging them, you covered that, but if I can also visually engage them with something that, and people are doing this all over TikTok, for example, like you see this all the time. People are giving visual cues. Those were 2 examples. So let's move on to the story, because we covered the hooks. Anything else to add to the hooks that you would say? Okay, so let's move on to story. So hook, now that I've got them stop scrolling, okay, Alex.
Yep.
Story. If talk to me in defining, give me some examples of story, because immediately I'll tell you what I think. If I was brand new, I would think, okay, so does story mean I have to tell a story every time?
Not necessarily.
All right.
Not necessarily.
Define story and give us some examples.
So a story, I would say the story, how I do it, it's the actual value of the video, why they are continuing to watch in the first place. And what I like to have in my value, it's either maybe a story, because like early on in my page, I was literally telling people the story of why I started the TikTok page itself. But in the story now, what it's become, I like to make sure that there are actual actionable steps to whatever I'm saying, so that if somebody watches just one video, they can literally watch it, take action, and then continue to see what I was talking about in that video. I've noticed like within the space, it's not necessarily there. So I saw an open opportunity for me to be able to offer a different kind of value to that market. And the market is to give them actionable steps. So for example, let's say content creation. So that's a
kind of
series
like we're doing right now, right?
Yeah, right now. That's why I'm live right now, so I can actually give value to people. Like if people always ask me all the time now, like, what is affiliate marketing or anything? Like, what's the behind the scenes of it? This is the behind the scenes of it, having conversations with other people, like
teaching, basically training,
right?
Yes.
I
mean, listen, if you were a trainer and you wanted to sell personal training sessions, probably the big missing piece when you had initially tried to start that on the internet was most personal trainers would just think, okay, I want to start selling personal training sessions via Zoom or virtual training sessions or meal plans that I can make for people and sell them, just email them to them.
Mm-hmm.
But what they do is they go on to Facebook usually and they say meal plans for sale, right?
Yep.
Or they say personal training sessions via Zoom for sale, right? And then they sell none, right?
They sell none.
Or the story might be, if we were doing a TikTok, like the now that you know what you know now, if you wanted to sell personal training sessions, you might say at the beginning of the TikTok, remember Hook, here's 3 exercises you can do to get guns, and you hold up that big ass gun that you got right there that I see, right?
Nah,
here's how to get guns, right? In 5 minutes a day. And then what do? You transition right into showing them the exercise.
Yep.
Right? So the story doesn't always have to be a talking story. You're training them on something that makes them feel like, ooh, that was really valuable. I want to come back for more. Am I on
Yep.
target? Are we on the same page?
You're on right on it. So that's what I do up on my TikTok page, even with personal training. That's the story in itself, the value. What can they walk away with and be able to receive the benefits from? What can they really like pick up and say, I learned X, Y, and Z, and I can continue doing it.
Yeah. It also, right, Alex, can be a story if you have some sort of an inspirational story, or you have something that you want to share from something that happened yesterday that you think would be useful. I know this one guy named Liver King, and he's like eats raw liver and is just this absolute beast. And he gets on every morning and mostly on Instagram. He may be on TikTok, but he says, hey, I'm out getting sun on my face, feet on the ground, and here's my win for the day. Send me back your win, right? Or here's my win from yesterday. Send me back your win, right? And and then he tells a story like, here's what happened yesterday that was a win for me. I have had a lot of, like, I guess you could just say, success of bonding in kind of getting people to know a little bit more about me, know, like, and trust me, by also telling my sort of origin story of starting out with nothing, being recently homeless and addicted to drugs and alcohol before I got started 10 years ago, and being really at a bottom in my life. And that was sort of my back against the wall moment. You know what I mean? I was working construction. I did have another stream of income, but I had realized I had wasted so much time, and I wanted to build a better future for myself, a better future for my future family. And people could identify with that because they weren't particularly also recently homeless and drug and alcohol addicted, but they could identify to the feelings of the story, which were, I've wasted time. Even you said, I've wasted time not building something, not being more in control. And that's what I heard. It was like you wanted to feel more in control of your destiny, not just more in control of your daily activities and what was happening within your job, but also you wanted to feel more in control of your destiny. So people can relate to that. So we've given 2 examples now of story. Story is basically, what's the story of this post? It's basically, okay, give me the gist. Are you going to show me something, train me up on something real quick? Are you going to show me a demo of something? Or are you going to share something that's inspirational, motivational, funny, that's going to get me angry, that's going to get me motivated? It can also be talking. Now let's talk about the offer. So on TikTok, I mean, if I'm brand new, bro, and I'm listening to this, never heard of Wake Up Legendary, I just stumbled across us, I might think that what you mean right away is that you're going to pitch something right in the TikTok video for sale. Is that what offer means?
No. Right.
Okay.
Offering, I like to look at it. I would say, like, at my job right now, they consider me to be a master salesman, right? And one thing that the sales training that I go through with Zig Ziglar, he's always saying, ask for the order, right? It doesn't matter what it is. Asking for the order could be simply if we're having a relationship, if you're a boyfriend, girlfriend, or anything like that, traditionally the boy asks, can you be my girlfriend, right? That's not asking for a sale. It's asking a question for an offer saying, hey, would you, with all the information that I'm giving you, with the story that I just told you, as I just hooked you in, would you like to be my girlfriend type of thing? And it's not sales. It could be as simply as saying like, hey, comment on the post, relate if you relate to what I was just talking about. Or it could be, hey, double tap this if you found this funny. Or if you want to do something different, click the link in the bio. If you want to move forward with this, if you want to learn a little bit more, it's offering somebody more information off of the stuff that they already found valuable for or valuable in.
Yes, agree totally. I find myself personally that the more nonchalant my transition statement is, which that transition statement is important because when you go from doing the story portion to now moving over to the offer, there's got to be some sort of a transition statement. So, hey, okay, here's the third exercise. You're going to do dumbbells. You're going to do 5 of these. You want to have them at least 10 pounds or 10% of your body weight. If you want more where that came from and want to learn about how to build up other parts of your body, follow me here on TikTok and get my free ebook in the link in my bio. Right? So the transition statement was, if you want more where that came from, right? And I feel like it's such an important, but it should be such an easy, nonchalant statement that you say. And I think a lot of people, when they go from doing the story portion over to the offer, like they get awkward and they get tripped up because now they feel like they need to sell, and you're not selling. You're not selling. You're not selling. And you mentioned master salesman. The master salesman never sells anything.
Never.
Only invites, only asks if they want more, only ask if they want to take the Rolex home and make it their baby, right? Not, are you ready to purchase this? Like, we get so awkward. We think that that sales has got to be this kind of stiff, awkward thing where I'm like, are you ready to buy? And it never has to be like that. It never should be like that. It should only be, I'm teaching and training you stuff. And if you'd like more of that, if this was helpful to you, then feel free to go ahead and grab my ebook, or feel free to go ahead and grab my free training video where I'll show you exactly the business model that I use to generate a active and passive income online. Click the link in my bio, or follow me for more helpful tips like this. It's the more nonchalant it is, and the more that it's just offering more free value, the better you're going to do. Whenever you start, and this goes for anybody, I'm talking to our listeners here. Whenever you start finding yourself promoting a product from your social media channels or even your ads, you're going to find yourself struggling to get sales because nobody wants to buy or nobody wants to be sold. Everybody just wants free value. And eventually, if you lead them and give them enough free value, and then you lead them to a sales video like where we sell our challenge or any of the other direct response sales funnels that use good marketing, you lead them in there and they've already gotten they already feel like they've gotten value. And then the great marketers and the great copywriters, even inside of our sales videos, we're delivering value even before we make an offer. And you'll notice that's why our sales videos are 15, 20, 25 minutes long, because even for a couple dollar sale, I still want to make sure that I deliver value in that video So that person is so overwhelmed with value and they feel like and they're not even buying anything. They're not being sold on anything. They've gotten value now from you. They've gotten value now from this video. And now this video is simply offering them more training, more value, right? And it's just it's all about moving them from the next. It's in using that sort of hook, which can be the bait to say, hey, look, there's more value over here. There's more value over here. There's more. And depending on how much value you can take today.
Right.
I've got value for
capacity,
you.
There's capacity.
Yeah. And there's a paywall here, right? So, I mean, you can continue to watch my TikTok and get value as I dish it out for free. And if you want to go to the next level of value, deeper training, if you want something that's more structured, sure, there's a paywall here, but it's just more value, right? So I'm going to simply acknowledge the paywall, let you know what the price is, but it's all value. And I think that's the big difference, man. And you pointed it out with even making offers, is that we're never selling. We're only simply offering more either free value or paid value, but it's all about what is it going to do for them. And I think that's I was talking about this with my dad the other day. And I don't remember the exact context of the conversation. I can just remember, I remember what it was. I had sort of retired for a year back in 2014 and 15, partly between those 2 years. And when I came back, I had a reputation and I had been fairly successful. And I thought, well, I'll just throw my name out there and let people know I'm doing an event and have some coaching packages, and I'll just sell out immediately. That's what I thought, right? It was just, it was flawed thinking, because I forgot that even if people like you, if when you make them an offer, you don't make it crystal clear what's in it for them and what it's going to do for them, they can like you from a distance, but they're not going to part with their money. So I have to, every single time that I market something, and even, of course, my free, I call the content out there sort of, it's sort of chumming the waters, right? Like when we're putting content out on TikTok or whatever, we're chumming the waters, bringing fish to the boat, right? And then we offer the bait, right? And we got to just make sure we offer the right bait for the right species. But I had to remember back when I came back into business back in 2015 that people can like you, man. People can love you. But when you go to then make them an offer, if it's not crystal clear what's in it for them, and you're only just trying, so it would be kind of like you selling gym sessions and saying, oh my gosh, nice to meet you, Alex. Let me show you around the gym. And as you went around the gym, you just really touted and bragged on the facility, right? The facility, the walls are so strong and the equipment is brand new and the people are so friendly. Now I'm listing features and benefits, but I'm not telling them what that's going to do for them. So let me read
missing what it's in for them.
What's in it for them. So I could say these walls are so strong that even if there's a hurricane, you can bring your family here and you'll be safe. The equipment is so brand new that it's actually easier to use. So your workout goes smoother and you build 20% more muscle because you're working with new equipment. Plus it's not already littered with germs, right?
Yeah.
The people are so friendly here that when you come in, you won't feel like people are staring at you and judging you because maybe you think you're out of shape and everybody else is in good shape. And that's a problem that people have. That's why you see people,
it's a real thing.
People who are out of shape are hiding over in a corner on the treadmills and stuff, and not in the middle where the weights are. And I guarantee you it's because and I can relate to this. Maybe I'm not feeling like an animal. I'm not ripped like the other guys and gals who are in the middle. So our people are so friendly that you will feel a part of our family and you'll feel supported when you come to this gym because we have a family culture here that is everyone supports everyone, each one teaches one. And I think you'll find this that you'll feel the most welcome, right? So I went from simply touting features and benefits, which is basically look at how great my product is, to then relating it to how that is going to create a result and be directly beneficial to them. And again, I digress back to my story about being reminded of that back in 2015. And ever since then, I never just assume the sale. And what I mean by that is that's a common sales saying. Just assume the sale. But if you assume the sale, but if you don't make it extra clear what's in it for them, you're going to be a frustrated person because you're assuming that you're trying to manifest. Well, like, there's no weeds in my yard. There's no weeds. There's a Lamborghini in my driveway. People are going to buy from me today. People are going to buy from me because I'm going to assume the sale, right? You're going to be frustrated and confused. Whereas stop assuming the sale and just make sure that everything that you do, you're thinking about how is this person going to walk away from this experience, even if they don't buy, and feel like they got a lot of value from this. And that was a valuable experience, because that's going to happen. And those people might not buy today. They might buy later because you've continued to pour on the value. And so again, ever since 2015, when I was reminded of that, and again, I just got, a little egotistical. I just thought, well, people know who I am. It's sort of like Elon Musk saying, oh, everybody knows who I am. I'm starting an electric vacuum cleaner company. The vacuum cleaners are $1,000 a piece. They've got a 5-minute battery life.
Yep.
And people are going, I like you, Elon, but I don't want $1,000 vacuum that goes for 5 minutes. But it's going to lessen my carbon footprint, right?
Right.
Now, if he said, I got a vacuum that's $100 that will run for an hour, right? And it'll be the most good for the environment and fast and awesome and cleans itself, and it will cut down. So he just touted features and benefits, and it will cut down on your electric bill. It will cut down on your carbon footprint. It folds up easily so you can store it without taking up space in your pantry. It cleans itself, and it's only $100, right? Now I've let them know what's in it for them. So anyways, I'm ranting here, but you gave us that hook story offer thing. That formula is an effective formula, and it's simple, and you're using that. And that is what you're finding to be a great guide for you to create engaging content.
I think because at the very beginning, because how I really grew the social media following to where it's at now, I believe it's because I first focused on the value, focused on what is it in for the customer that I'm marketing to. And then because I focused heavily on that at the very beginning and still do, and then one post went viral, just how TikTok is. TikTok is a great place for organic traffic. I had no idea.
People don't
None.
know.
If you are on live right now and you have not started a TikTok and you are up on Legendary, I don't know what you're waiting for. Like, TikTok is one place that the traffic, you're going to get seen. And then if you're
don't
can't
tell
give out
them,
secrets, can't give out secrets.
Bro, I'm telling you, man.
Huh?
They don't know. They don't know. They
don't.
I mean, it's crazy, man.
They don't.
People are still like, yo, TikTok is like this thing for teenagers, man. You know what I mean? And what I love about our community is we use social media, and we don't let social media use us. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the big thing, man. Look, if you're looking at social media like this place that, you're going to get, you got to be on there to connect with human beings. Just let me give you some straight talk. It's the anti-social network. Like, if you want to connect with friends and family, don't make them slosh through political propaganda to see pictures of your kids. Just text them directly. You'll see your relationships bloom, and you will see your happiness bloom and grow to heights that you've never seen it grow. and start using social media strictly for business. Look at it strictly as this is a place that I'm generating leads for my business and I'm generating traffic into my sales funnels. And anything else, I'm trying to be as clear as fucking day, because social media is a disease if you're looking at it from a personal and you're trying to like, oh, let me go on here. The minute you go on here without your armor on, it's using you, man.
I started noticing when I first like doing all this, I noticed like the relationships within person started becoming a lot more fruitful for me because I wasn't on my phone being like 100% consumer, because I was only on my phone to make sure that my business was running. And then after that, I put it away. Everything's all automized, systemized, and now I'm able to have conversations with friends and family. And then even at my job that I'm at now, it's thriving even better than what it was before. It's like it gave me that sense of headspace, like I can breathe and I can see life for what it is because I'm not having to worry about money coming in at that point.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, social media, obviously, and the internet specifically, like just as a whole, has connected me with people like you all over the world, and I've grown my network, and and I've grown my business network. You know what I mean? So I don't. The other cool thing that it's done is I don't have to muddy up my friend relationships and my family relationships with all my business stuff. It's honestly, it just usually business stuff and and especially as you start to succeed and your friends are not making as much money as you are. I like to just keep business completely out of some relationships and just enjoy the people for what I have in common with them outside of business, and just the fact that they're either family or longtime friends, or we just like to go out and have a good time, or maybe we got recovery, and or maybe you have fitness or healthy lifestyle in common with them or something. But man, just when you said, just if you're not using TikTok, it's just such a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool to suck a lot of your time if you're on a consumer standpoint. And ironically, we need consumers on there in order to be creators and market stuff to them. But I'd much rather be on the creator side than the consumer side, of any day. Quite frankly, in any business, that's not realistic, but because I am a consumer of fine luxury goods, I am a consumer of vehicles, I am a consumer of good food. I am a consumer of a gym membership in my local city. But it's powerful when you decide, and I'm so glad that you did a couple of months ago decided to go on this journey and really, aside from other things you have going on in your life, to really get down to work and use these powerful tools. It's sort of like having, the power of a nuclear, in a good way, and not a nuclear bomb that blows up and kills people, but something that's that's nuclear, that's just so powerful, that's sitting right here in your phone, and it's just going unused. You know what I mean? It's just, that's kind of what I look at it. People don't even realize the potential of their cell phones if they choose to use them as creators. And you pick that up and you said, hey, look, I'm tired of dipping the toenail. I'm going to jump in the deep end and I'm going to start doing this, and you're doing it, and you're doing it, and you sound like LL Cool J. You're doing it, and you're doing it, and you're doing it well, man. What would you say to somebody who's sitting like about your experience with Legendary, your experience with the training, somebody who might be watching this or even watching your TikTok and is thinking about, hey, I might want to go through this 15-day challenge? What would you say to them in terms of your experience with our training, our community, and giving your business and you a boost to get started?
I would say the community aspect alone there, that's what really like has me, if I have a question, right? If I have a question, if I just want to go in there, I can literally go into the community. Somebody will be right there ready to answer because they've went through the same thing. They've already seen some successes. So the community alone is able to be there as a source of accountability for me. Because as soon as I say something, I hold myself accountable, but then I put it out there saying, what am I going to do? So then I can have somebody else out there, and the community holds me accountable. So I'm thinking man, what did Mary just say to me? What did I just say to Mary that I said I was going to do? All right, I'm not going to let her down. And that's what the community itself, the Facebook group, the family that you've been able to build, and then in the actual like training in itself, because of how structured it is, being somebody who's very a wired type of person, right? The structure was able for me to sit down and just go at it on a step-by-step basis, so I'm not having to think rush, rush, rush. I can think, develop it, create it, make sure that it's good, try it out, and just taking my time instead of doing something that's rushed that can fall apart just as fast as it came together. So that if anybody's out there watching off my TikTok right now trying to figure out like, is this something that you want to be a part of? If you want to be a part of like a community that holds you accountable and it's able to give you structure, exact details, and trying to just bridge something new, try to, if you are in the headspace of like saying, I want something new, I'm not exactly sure, but I can give something a try. I gave this a try 2-3 years ago, putting my toe in. But what this did, and I didn't even realize, I pushed myself to go all in because I saw the vision, and being in the community helped me clear that vision.
That's incredible, man. I'm so happy for you, and I'm happy for anybody who is watching or listening who is also going to follow in your footsteps, because for us, we bring students in marketers like you every day out here, and try to showcase a wide array of examples to say, look, if this person can do it, why can't you? Not if this person can do it, you can do it too. Like but why can't you? Why not? Why not now? And I think that's the question. That's the powerful question. Why not me? Why not now?
Why not now? Yep.
Why not now? And you're a great example of that, man. So keep up the great work and come back, keep us posted on your journey, brother. And if you guys are following Alex and haven't got started with an online business, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to step on Alex's toes. We'd love to have you in our community, but for God's sakes, get started somewhere.
Somewhere,
right? I mean,
somewhere.
Look, I mean, and then you can find us later. You can we're here and now, whatever. But it's not just all about just, come here and buy our training or go through our training. Whatever. We're going to build. We're not going to stop even if you don't buy, right? We're not going to stop. Hopefully our words and stories inspire you to take the next step today, regardless of what that step is. Just, it's got to be forward, not backwards, right? Forward. And you owned it so beautifully at the beginning with just excuses. That was the difference between 2 years of just kind of dipping your toenail and then 2 months of massive action. Now we're having you as a guest trainer and a guest speaker on this show because you've created results. It's like 2 months, man.
2 months.
2 years.
2 months. 2 months to 2 years. 2 months to 2 years. It's oh my goodness. Trying to do it.
A beautiful story. There's a powerful story and hook right there in that. How I went from fumbling and bumbling and chasing shiny objects and making no money in my online business for 2 years to 2 months of results in success and recognition and on a path to freedom. There's something there. There's an angle there. There's headlines there. There's stories there that you can tell because you think you're the only one who's been thinking about it and kind of, right? So I just want you to marinate on that, because the 2 years of failure to in 2 months success, that's a powerful hook.
Yep, I shall. As soon as you said it, as soon as I said it, I'm just like, yep, that's going to be some content later on.
Yes. All right, brother. Listen, have a great day. Have a great week. Stay legendary. We'll talk to you soon.
Well.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Alex. All right, you can go follow Alex. We've had his banners up with his usernames. Alex Loud the affiliate. Okay. And, yeah, man, go lift him up, go support him, go let him know that you appreciate the value from today, kicking our Monday off in a powerful way. All right. We'll be back here tomorrow for another episode. We have a mastermind coming up too in just over a month. So if you're a mastermind member, make sure that you get registered for that. If you have questions, just hit us up at support at legendarymarketer.com. I look forward to connecting with you in person. And of course, be back here tomorrow for another episode. Get out of here. Peace.